name is Ann Sermons Gillis, and I am interviewing members and friends of Unity. And this afternoon, I'd like to welcome a relatively new friend of Unity. This is Gabrielle Gilliard. Welcome, Gabrielle.
Thank you for asking me.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to learning more about you. Let's go to the very beginning. Where were you born?
Um, well, I was born in Monk's Corner, if you can believe that, but I was raised in Utahville, South Carolina.
Okay, so a little movement. So when did you were born, but you moved when you were really young, or you just happened to be born there?
I was just actually born in Monk's Corner. I was they they have a hospital now, but when I was born, they had a little hospital and then it went away. And anyway, I'm sorry, I went off on a little tangent there.
Oh, that's cool. So Utahville is a very small, I've never even heard of it. So it's a very small town, and that's in the Northwest, or
No, it's literally right outside of Charleston.
oh, okay. Did not know
That's
that.
okay.
When I just ask you, where do you live now in the Charleston area?
Mount Pleasant.
Okay, so you live in Mount Pleasant, and are you single, married,
I'm single,
single? Okay. Do you have any children?
only a fur baby.
Oh, good. And so you have one or two.
I have a dog,
You have a little dog. Yes. And what's your little dog's name?
Bentley.
And Bentley is what kind of dog?
He is a long-haired dachshund.
Oh, okay. Those are so cute. They're so cute. Well, I'd like to ask you about your career. I kind of know what you do
Sure.
now. Let me just ask you, before you did what you do now, did you have another career and change careers, or have you always done what you're doing now?
No, I originally worked for Coca-Cola for a while. Um, I jokingly tell people I used to sell Coke. Uh, um, I used to handle all the bars and restaurants in town, and I'm not going to go into the long story of it. I just had someone ask me what's something you always wanted to do? And I said, I think I'd be a pretty good massage therapist, but I didn't think I could do it for a profession. And she said, why not? And I couldn't give a legitimate answer. So I enrolled in massage school.
And so how long have you been a massage therapist?
Since 1997.
Okay, for a long time. So you must have quite a lot of clients then, repeat, I would imagine, since you've been
Yes.
for so long. So
Yes.
yeah, so and that is in a way that really coordinates with the spiritual journey, because the body needs to be relaxed, and that's a part, mind, body, and spirit. So we need to have all of that in terms of our spiritual journey. But can you tell us how did your spiritual journey begin, and give us a little bit of information about how you went on with your spiritual journey? And
Okay. I was raised in the Episcopal Church. Um, and I like to throw this in because I think it did affect my open mindedness, in that my father was in AA from the time I can remember until the day he died. So I kind of grew up half in the church and half in AA. Um, and it did give me a little bit more of a spiritual beginning, more than a churchy beginning, for a better lack of term. Um, and then when I went to massage school, I'd say that really is what really kind of opened my eyes up. Very conservative, very, you did things this way. And I went to the Edgar Cayce School of Massage. Yeah.
who
I
knew
knew,
there was that?
yeah, I I literally went there because it was the little thing in the book said, go to a school that helps you heal to become a healer, something like that. So that's when I'd say my real spiritual journey started. Um,
Where was that?
it's in Virginia Beach.
Okay, it's at the headquarters then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
it is. If there are any Edgar Casey people out there, I didn't even know how to pronounce his name right until I got there. So I knew nothing about that whole background. And so it was an eye-opening experience for me.
Oh, great.
And then,
You jumped 10 feet first, in other words.
yes, it did.
Wow. Because you're changing your career, you're changing your belief systems all at one time. And then I guess you had to, did you travel back and forth or did you live there? Or how did that work?
I lived there for a while.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
moved too. So you did three things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a lot.
yes.
Well, how did you find unity?
Um, this year, I felt I wanted a little, well, no, it was last year. I felt it a little bit, I needed a little bit more in my spirituality. I, I do things on my own, and I've gone to several different little churches and things like that. I never really felt at home. And I was speaking to one of my clients, and she mentioned something about unity, and I had gone to unity years ago, many years ago. And at the time, it didn't fit for me. But I just woke up one morning and said, you know what? Let me just go check it out. And I looked it up, found out when it started, and went. And James was the one who was speaking that day, and it just really resonated with me this time. I felt, wow, I really it. I'm leaving feeling very uplifted. I'm feeling more empowered, as well as I just love the fact that, you end church with everybody holds hands and sings, "Let there be peace on earth." I mean, that says something right there for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a strong statement. Let there be peace on earth. And
Yes,
we continue to need that idea more and more and more, as things
absolutely.
our culture and in our country. Well, after your spiritual search and changing careers and so forth, have you developed what I'm going to call your philosophy of life? And if so, what is your philosophy of life?
I have thought about that, and I go from I want to treat everyone the way I want to be treated. And I really honestly do believe most people are basically kind. And that's basically what I run into. Uh, and everybody's hurting in some way. So I try real hard, and I am not perfect, um, to just, whenever I surround myself in love, and what I say is, if something comes to me that's not good for me, I want it transmuted back into love and sent back to where it goes. And that's my basic philosophy, I guess you could say.
Well, the good thing about that philosophy is it makes you feel like the world is not against you. So you don't have to be hyper vigilant to be looking out for the, next shoe to drop. If we, understand that at heart, everyone is good. And then you respond in kindness, probably even if they're not so nice. That's the call, I believe. Do you
I
have any,
try.
yes. Do you have any favorite books, spiritual books or authors that have helped you along the way?
I love Brene Brown's books. If you're talking spiritual, uplifting books, I have been through all of her books and have enjoyed all of them. Um, I think the one that speaks the most to me was, excuse me, but I've actually got it right here. I've always got to double check the title. Uh, The Quest for True Belonging, Braving the Wilderness is one of her books that really, and I guess I read that a couple of years ago, but she's, I like other books too, but she's the one who spoke to me the most.
Well, she's made a big difference, I believe, in our culture, really attacking the whole idea of shame and in a way
Yes.
that really had not been spoken about before, the way that she does it with such raw vulnerability.
Yeah. I mean, she puts it out there. And even though she's a country girl from Texas, I'm a country girl from Utahville. So it um, kind of resonates with me.
Well, do you have any passions or hobbies?
Passions. I love working in the yard. As a matter of fact, I was doing that earlier. Um, and I love to dance. Um,
What kind of dances
I've re-
do you go to any dances or do you do any kind of dancing?
I've done a couple of salsa dances, but I basically dance my little heart out in Zumba more than anything else.
Yeah, that's fun. And
And around the house, it's a little scary, so don't stop by unannounced.
okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, do you have any spiritual practices that you do on a regular basis? I know going to church, of course, is a spiritual practice, but anything else?
I meditate. Uh, right now, I'm using the Linton book actually and incorporating that into my meditations. I sometimes look for guidance in cards. That's angel cards that I will turn to for guidance before I meditate. Um, and to be quite honest, what I do, not only as a massage therapist, but hopefully one day getting my coaching off the ground, is what I feel is a spiritual practice because I am honoring that person at the end of every session. I don't do it out loud. Um, I say a little prayer thanking Mother, Father, God for allowing me the benefit of being able to serve in this way. So that's part of my spiritual practice.
That's really
So
cool. Your work is a part of your practice. That's
yes,
that's great. Do you enjoy your work?
I think the body is absolutely fascinating, and the body mind connection is phenomenal. It's so cool to see. The other author that I didn't mention was Louise Hay. Um, Her book about all the interactions with the body and the mind. Um, and I love what I do. I I told somebody I'm on the WTD plan, work till you die. Um, and and then I think I told you I'd gone to coaching school and I'm enjoying playing around with some of that. And yeah,
Well, great. That's wonderful. So in closing, is there anything that you would like to say? Maybe I left out something, or just goodbye, whatever.
What I'd like to say is how I have felt so accepted and so loved when I came into the community, walking into Unity and all the hugs and high fives, and I feel very loved and accepted there. It's very heart lifting.
It is uplifting. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you in church.
Yes, you will.